already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to some Black Ops 4. So, let's just start off with something. This weekend was absolutely incredible, and we'll get to why in a second. But I just want to say, my last video, the CWL Vegas prediction video, power rankings, you know, that whole video has like 50 views in like 3 days. So thank you guys all so much for that. Hopefully we can reach the same amount of success on this video, because once again we are talking about CWL Vegas. So if you guys don't know or don't follow competitive Call of Duty, CWL Vegas was an event this past weekend, this last couple of days, and oh my gosh, it was insane. So let me just quickly go over. If you guys remember my power rankings going into the video, from 10 down to 1, it was G2, Splice, FaZe Clan, Red Reserve, Straight Rippin', Luminosity Gaming at 5th, Envy, 100 Thieves, E United, and Optic Gaming at number 1. So let's just go over something. Let's go over the final placements real quick. So the top two, I mean, were kind of no question for me. Optic Gaming ended up winning the event. Finally, you know, the year of World War II is over. They are back on top. And they end up finishing with a map count of 24 and 5, I believe. Something absolutely ridiculous. No one else had single-digit losses the entire event. You know, it was absolutely crazy. But the top two are right. The rest of them, not so much. A couple of them finished in the top 8. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. So let's just start off right with pool play. And this is where everything was kind of, some of it was kind of straightforward, some of it was completely backwards. But let's start with Pool A. So this pool featured E United and 100 Thieves, and then, you know, a couple other teams after that. But the final placements in Pool A, E United perfect 4-0, 12-3 map count. In second place, Team Sween, who is a European team, I believe. Yes, that's Quicker, Weeman, Nolson, Dylan, and Brain. So a team I think that came in either through the open bracket or the play-in bracket. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but one of those two, they definitely got in through that. And third, they were 3-1, by the way, Team Sween 3-1. Third place, 100 Thieves, 2-2. Kind of a rough, you know, effort for them. I mean, they came in probably a top 5, top 8 team, and I think they went out at top 12, I believe. But then in fourth place, Team Reciprocity, who's the European team. It's the old Unilad team, plus someone that I don't remember, plus Dens from the Australian scene. And then in fifth place, you had Mind Freak at 0-4. So pretty straightforward. Team Sween, you know, is a good team. Don't get me wrong, but you know, kind of really surprising that you know, 100 Thieves and Team Reciprocity, you know, kind of struggle a little bit in this pool. Mind Freak, kind of no question. You know, they don't really play like well against, you know, good teams, you know, most of the time. But anyway, on to Pool B. This one was not really straightforward, but kind of straightforward. With this pool introduced Evil Geniuses and Red Reserve were the kind of the top two. Well, actually, not even that. I lied. It featured Luminosity Gaming and Red Reserve. And this pool, again, similar to A, is, you know, a couple teams kind of threw a wrench in some things here. And Evil Geniuses ended up taking the group at 3-1. Luminosity was also 3-1, so I guess they were kind of like tied for first. I'm not sure. I'm guessing EG had the tiebreaker there. Then UYU, who is a like young team through, I think, yeah, they're a bunch of like young S&D stars that have started playing Variant and within the past like year or two. Then in fourth place, Red Reserve, really struggling event for them. I don't know what happened to them, but they just struggled majorly. And then Heretics in fifth. You know, I don't really even know who's on that team. But let's get on to Pool C. Now this one was completely backwards. So Lightning Pandas, who is Mad Cat's team, came out 3-1, top of the group. Straight Rippin', who is Spacely's team. You know, I knew they were a good team, but I didn't think they were going to get second in this group. They were both 3-1 at the top. FaZe Clan came in the middle at third place at 2-2. Mazer Gaming, who's an amateur team, came in fourth. And then Team Envy, the defending world champs from last year. The 4 out of the 5 people that won the championship last year. First event, 1 and 3, bottom of their pool. You know, very tough to see there. But this pool was absolutely crazy. You know, good on Lightning Pandas and Straight Rippin' for taking that. You know, good teams. And, you know, the first event's always kind of weird with seeding and everything because, you know, you don't really know how new teams are going to play and, you know, where they're going to kind of match up against some other teams. So, once they kind of get the, you know, the top teams are at the top, you know, the mid teams are at the mid, you know, tier, and the bottom teams are at the bottom, then it's going to be a little bit more fair, and the pools are probably going to be a little bit more balanced. But on to Pool D, Optic Gaming's pool. They obviously were featured along with Splice. Guess who ended up getting top 2? Optic Gaming and Splice. Optic Gaming, perfect 4-0, one of the, I think 2 only perfect teams in pool play. They finished with a map count of 12-1. Absolutely crazy numbers there. Splice 3-1. The only map Optic lost was to Splice, I believe. And I think that was in a search and destroy. Then the Pittsburgh Knights came in at 2-2. Accelerate 1-3, and G2 in last place at 0-4. So this one was kind of straightforward. You know, the bottom 3 teams, you know, it was just kind of whoever showed up and played that day. You know, the fact that I had G2 in my top 10 going into the event was kind of surprising. But, you know what, they didn't come out and play that great. And then we moved on to bracket play. So we're going to start out in the winners. I'm not going to go through every match in losers bracket. I'm going to start at like round 5 or so where the teams actually make sense. But in quarterfinals of the winners bracket, you had E United versus Straight Rippin'. You know, E United, like I said, one of the only perfect 4-0 teams. They come out, beat Straight Rippin' 3-1. You know, that was a pretty good game. I will give that. You know, it was a very good series to watch. Then you had Optic Gaming versus Luminosity Gaming. Optic came out with a 3-0. You know, although it does show 3-0, it was a lot closer than people think. You know, all around good games to them. What kind of bugged me after the match, and I know it was against Optic, and I probably would be saying something if it was against another team, but Gunless, bro, I know you're one of the best players in the world, but come on. I don't care what the other team said or what happened during the match. Give them a good game fist bump. Like, come on, what was that? Like, come on, that's terrible sportsmanship. And I'm not just saying that because you played Optic either. I'd be saying that if you played Splice, if you played E United, if you played Reciprocity, Heretics, it doesn't matter. Terrible sportsmanship by you, you know. And I don't know how the rest of your tournament went for you personally, but I don't know. You should really evaluate your post-game composure there. But then we move on to the bottom side of the winners bracket here. We had Lightning Pandas and Team Sween. Team Sween takes the series to a game 5 and wins it 3-2. And then on the bottom, I guess on the bottom of the bracket, you had Splice versus E United. Splice came out with a 3-0. I did not see that series, so I can't really tell you how that one went. But Splice 3-0 is a 3-0. Then you move on into semifinals. Now, Optic had been playing E United at a pre-LAN, you know, before the event. And guess who's in the semifinals? Optic Gaming versus E United. You know, E United, I gotta give a lot of respect to you guys, by the way. I mean, the class from you guys, Clayster leading the way there with JCap. You know, absolute class from you guys. You love to see stuff like that. You know, even though they put him super close, you know, Scump was up yelling across the stage. You know, I think Clayster was yelling stuff back at one point. You know, absolute, like, it was just great to watch. Like, E United's probably my second favorite team. Like, obviously, I'm always going to be Greenwall Optic Gaming. No question about it. But United is starting to, you know, kind of become a fan favorite as well. And you absolutely love to see that in the COD World League. But in this series, though, Optic Gaming takes it 3-1. You know, absolutely crazy games there. I mean, Optic was playing super close games the entire event. Bottom side of the bracket, though, Splice. Another 3-0 over Team Sween. Well, not over Team Sween, it's another 3-0, but another 3-0 versus Team Sween. You know, they were cruising in this bracket. Optic Gaming, you know, comes off a 3-0 versus Lunacy, only loses one map to the second best team in the game right now. And E United, you love to see stuff like that. And then it sets up for the winners finals, Optic Gaming versus Splice. This one, oh my gosh, I was probably gonna have a heart attack watching this. First map, Optic makes a map, or like, I don't even think they showed up in the first hard point. Like, honestly, they did not show up. Search and destroy, I think it was like a 6-4 or something like that. Maybe it was around 11, I don't remember. But absolutely close games there. Optic then take control. Optic then take the hard point in absolutely crazy comeback fashion. And then Optic win the search and destroy. Absolutely great games in the entire weekend. You know, we are not done yet, though. We're going to go through some of the losers bracket right here. So we're going to start at round 5. Actually, we're going to kind of go through some notable names. So, Team Envious, or Envy, you know, they came in as, you know, obviously defending world champs. They didn't really do anything. They beat a couple of lower tier teams, and then they lost to Lightning Pandas, who's still a good team, don't get me wrong. But they should have gone a lot farther in this event, you know, given their recent success and, you know, recent kind of world championship level. You expect a little bit more from them. Let's see what other teams here. So Team Reciprocity, they go into round 3 and they face FaZe, which knocks them out. They beat them, and then Reciprocity gets knocked out by Evil Geniuses. What other teams we have? G2 gets actually, they play 100 Thieves and get knocked out in losers round 3. And then they lose versus LG, which makes sense. But 100 Thieves, super disappointing, you know, event for them. Then bottom side of the bracket of losers bracket here, Red Reserve. Where were you guys this event? Holy cow! So they come out, they 3-0 Mind Freak, they 3-1 Pittsburgh Knights, and then they lose versus Straight Rippin'. You know, kind of surprising there, but let's get to losers bracket round 5 here. So Lightning Pandas 3-0 EG. Okay, you know, just a battle of two teams there. LG take a game 5 versus Straight Rippin'. Then E United, after the loss to Optic Gaming, go down to the losers bracket, face off against Lightning Pandas. They 3-0 them. On the bottom side, LG and Team Sween. LG takes that series 3-1, putting us to the final 4 at that point. Optic Gaming, Splice, E United, and LG. Optic Gaming, like I said earlier, beat Splice in a reverse sweep fashion in winners finals. In the losers bracket, though, E United takes out LG 3-1. You know, absolutely crazy games there. Then E United goes up to face Splice in the losers bracket finals. E United takes the close game 5 against Splice, putting E United back in the grand finals, facing Optic Gaming once again. And then in the finals, Optic Gaming takes the game, takes the series, and takes home the championship 3-0. You know, yes, it's a 3-0, but you know what? It was close games. It was intense games. I do have to say, E United, mad respect from an Optic Gaming fan. You know, Clayster was one of my favorite players that wasn't on Optic of all time. And now, you know, the absolute level of class shown by you guys, absolute major props to you guys. Absolutely great games. I cannot wait to see more of those intense matches on main stage this year. And you absolutely love to see it. Absolutely crazy event. Optic clutched up a lot. Like I said at the beginning, Optic's map count 24-5. That's crazy. They went 12-1 in pool play, and then they go on to win the event with a 24-5 map count. Absolutely insane. I don't think I even mentioned it yet. Dashy, absolutely crazy green wall debut. He ends up earning the MVP award for the tournament. I don't even know. That kid was absolutely frying. And him with the Tempest, him making absolutely crazy plays. You know, he absolutely turned on, who was it, Ricky versus G2. Absolutely highlight maker machine. And oh my gosh, let me just share you some of these numbers real quick. So, most valuable player, Dashy. Hardpoint KD, 1.36. Search and Destroy KD, 2.17. Control KD, 1.35. Absolutely crazy numbers. Like, those are insane. But let me see if I can find one more stat for you guys. I think it's the owner, co-owner, whatever he is, of COD Stats, tweeted out this. So, Search and Destroy KD, he was number 1. Hardpoint KD, 1.36, was actually 3rd. Control KD, he was actually 4th. Damage per respawn map, 5,381, which was 2nd. He was top 5 KD in every game mode, and the highest Search and Destroy KD by a winning player ever. You're playing on Optic Gaming and you come out and show a debut like that. Oh my gosh. Absolutely crazy event, like I said. GG's to everyone Optic played. And then, you know what? It was insane. I can't wait for the next event, for the Pro League, for everything that the upcoming Call of Duty World League has to offer. You love to see it. GG's. And, you know, let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. What you guys thought of the tournament. You know, how are your power rankings? Were they completely off like mine were? You know, who do you have as your new kind of top 4, top 5 teams going into the game? Mine probably Optic Gaming, E United, Splice, LG, and you could probably make a name for like most people. Maybe like Team, or not Team Sweden, maybe like Straight Rippin'. Maybe Team Reciprocity, you know, teams like that. Maybe even Lightning Pandas. I mean, you could have an amazing top 5 there regardless of who you put. But like I said, guys, this is it for me today. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. Thank you guys for all the support on the last video. Hopefully you guys can have the same support for this one. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.
I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like, I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body, I can look at you